There's a bunch of Wildcats talking in a room that sounds like 10. They call that little chatterhouse the Catican. They argue about the backcourt. They brag when the Cats win. And every Thursday evening you can hear them start again. Now they'll break down football. They'll break down.
Hey, can I get a 3-piece combo? Spicy, with fries.
Sorry, Coach's rules, no threes.
Wait, what?
Coach Cal's Chicken Hut. Go!
Comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
What an idiot!
Stop that. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man's so tough, but man's keep walking. Just too sharp with the prize. My girls let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna It's a Catican, baby.
They said it couldn't be done. They said John Calipari gets pros. They said that we would lose by 50. And then we head into their bullshit town and beat that ass. Kentucky wins 85-77. John Calipari loses an important game. Stop me if you've heard that before. Fellas, how we feeling?
Great. We looked pretty good. Started off the way you like to see us start off games. Didn't have a single graphic that said X minutes without a field goal. Did have kind of a rough stretch with those texts where I was just sitting here yelling at my TV. But kind of stuck it through that and came out on the other side. So feels great to get a win. Feels great to have played well. And in the way that this one meant a little bit more last year when we lost, this one means a little bit more this year when we win.
Otega Oay, thank you. Thank you. I imagine Otega Oay was whispering maniacal nothings in Arkansas players' ears all game. It had them rattled. He hit his shots, 9 for 12 from the field, which just hasn't been a thing recently. And when your best scorer scores, good things happen. I am elated. That is, we didn't take a bunch of threes. We played well on defense. It was still a scrappy game, you know, with this identity that we can't hardly nail down exactly. But that is the type of basketball you play and get wins, big wins. I mean, this is huge. This is a quad 1 road win. This is next bracketology is going to be completely different than the other one because this was an assumed loss. And Trent Noah, so good. It's just the white guy, but also the white guy from Eastern Kentucky who didn't get recruited to play at Kentucky from Cal, goes into his trap and puts on a show. I mean, and it wasn't like he had a flashy game, but he played good, high octane basketball, and that's all you can ask, especially when you're playing against future first-round draft picks.
That was a game I did not think we had any business or real chance at winning going into it, and then to immediately go out to a nice run and still get through an absolute ref screw job there for a little bit to overcome all that and the road crowd and everything else. That is such a huge win with long-term implications.
And let me get ahead on the Arkansas trash talk where they're going to say, oh, this game was your guys' Super Bowl. You're damn right it was our Super Bowl. Have you seen our season? We're not winning a national title. We wanted this one, and we got this one. Now, I'd like to get a few more. I'd like to make the tournament, maybe win a game or two. That is my expectations for this season. But yeah, really wanted this one, and I'm really pumped about this one. Just like they really wanted last year's, and also they really wanted this one. Just looking at how their fans were acting tonight, they wanted it, and it's okay. We want
the environment.
Coach Cal.
The environment. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Coach Cal's having a great year for Arkansas.
He was.
Well, even now, I think it's still pretty good for Arkansas.
They hated
but
that.
This is Kentucky.
Always has been.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Arkansas had that one when we were in
Arkansas had one.
Yeah.
No, I think it was before I was born, wasn't it? 93?
No, I think they won in 99.
Arkansas?
No, 95. Shoot.
94, 95. I can't remember.
I thought it was 93.
Could be 93, 94 season, maybe.
I think Michigan won 93. This doesn't matter.
94.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
I mean, their atmosphere was good. Like that looked like it was rocking, especially about the time we got our third, arguably fourth, really bullshit tech, and they went on a run because they had 8 free throws in 40 seconds. They were going nuts. I bet that game would have been a blast to have been at up until that point for them.
Well, we did keep them quiet though. Like from the jump, like we came out nice. Like Owe was hitting shots, and so they didn't like get it to that like 12-3, just crowds going nuts because you're beating the block off Kentucky thing that I was kind of worried about. Like we didn't let it happen.
And well, I'm not going to take anything away from Arkansas as a program. They're having a nice, like, cute little season. And there's no shame in being the second best historically great program in the SEC. Like silver is still a precious metal. I actually am just now remembering Florida just won their 3rd title. So bronze is still a good medal. Mm-hmm. There's no shame in that. And I'm not going to have them act like we're hating on them. I think they're arguably a top 5 program in the SEC, which is historically a great to good basketball conference.
And with conference expansion, like there's no doubt about it, even with the bigger league. Arkansas is a top 50% in the SEC historically basketball team, I'd say.
No doubt.
I can confidently say that.
For a state that most Americans can't find on the map. It's a very hard one to find, to be honest. That's pretty incredible.
I have faith that if you take a list of all of the programs and rank them top to bottom, if you apply enough filters, Arkansas will eventually be at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that for them.
It's a good retirement home for John Calipari.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's near Texas, it's near Missouri and Oklahoma. Like one of those is like a pretty cool state.
All week I've been seeing like, is Darius Acuff the best point guard John Calipari's had? And first off, no. Second off, he's not even the best John Calipari point guard that stands on that sideline right now. And
it's Tyler Euler.
I didn't realize you thought so highly of Brad.
We're not talking about Chin Coleman. They have Chin Coleman, guys.
Dude, Chin was like telling people to foul. Like there was 2 minutes left in the game, and he was telling everybody to foul. I saw all that.
He had a reservation to get to. He needed to get that game over.
Yeah.
So should we actually talk about the game?
Yeah, I was going to say on the fouling,
a little victory lapping because we got clowned in our last live stream's comments like this entire week. So it feels good to get our look back.
On the game, and telling them to foul us at the end, I did think like our one big deficiency here was our free throw shooting. 19 of 30, not great. I mean, it was enough in this case, but Oweh 6 for 11, kind of baffling. He continues to sort of struggle in conference. nobody. Even Diabate was. I mean, he was 50%. We only had 5 players attempt one. That's kind of wild.
I felt
Given
like
how many we attended.
I feel like this was a good Diabate game, especially with
He
how
had 3
chippy.
blocks, and every one of them was big man, like way bigger than 6'8" type blocks. So,
and with it being such like a high emotion, like physical, like chippy game, I mean, how many times was there almost a fight? When you have a guy like Mo in there, like you want Mo to be your enforcer.
Yeah.
So I feel like
he flexed so hard at the camera that they called the technical on him.
So
which is also happened to BG last year. Actually, he yelled and won, and they called the tech.
I was watching it on the ESPN app because of the BYU Kansas game going over. So at halftime, it just sort of hung out saying like it's on commercial break and the game will be right back. So then I started doing things for the show, and I'm hearing the commercial music playing. So I missed like the first 6 minutes of the second half. So all of the referee stuff that people were mad about, didn't see 1 second of it. I finally turned the game on, and it was the 10-second call. So what happened?
Oh, you need to go back and watch. It was
legitimately egregious. Oh, so bad.
I mean, Pope's strategic tech was pretty great. I mean, Cal used to do that a lot, where he was like trying to get them into the game in the last 5 minutes or whatever. But Pope, like not taking it, was good, I think.
First of all, the Oay tech I thought was ridiculous because a double technical is almost never the right call anyway.
Yeah,
that was absolutely should have just been Brazil. Oay was, he put his hand on Oay. Oay kind of slapped it away and was walking to the bench. How that is double, I don't get. I also think it's dumb that they're offsetting. I mean, you should make both of those players then shoot the free throws. If I'm a better free throw shooter than you, I should get credit for it. But it was ridiculous.
I don't get you call a tech on Owe for slapping the guy's hand away from touching you. Like it's not even like the ball was in play there, so he had no right to touch him. But also, even if Owe was like talking after that, like you should be allowed to talk a little bit of trash when a guy tries to put his hand on you.
It was the entire team. Like all 5 hogs were on the floor in front of him too. So it wasn't like it was he was getting ganged up on.
30 to 50 feral hogs.
Yeah.
I'll say this real quick. We have 110 people watching live. Thank you so much for joining us. If you could please like and subscribe to the stream and to the channel. We are incredibly close to 1,000 subs to where we can actually start recouping all of the money that we've poured into this. So at no cost to you, we would greatly appreciate that. So please like and subscribe. The people are mad about the referees. I saw something about a BG call on Twitter. From what I saw, it actually wasn't a terrible BG game. In fact, he was dropping some dimes out there. But did BG have a hashtag BG moment?
I
thought that was the least
over a dude.
It was the least egregious of the text.
Completely over him. It wasn't like completely over him. He was invading his space a little bit, but
Aka fell to the ground and BG kind of like ran right up. It was a little bit of like dick in face, but also my argument was like, all right, well, if they pass the ball and he stands up real quick and BG's not playing close enough defense. I mean, it wasn't necessarily taunting. It was invading his space. So like, whatever. That was the least egregious. Mo at some point had a block and ran out, continued sort of towards the basket. No player anywhere near him. Heck, no reason why. Then the BG thing happened shortly after that. Then we had the like 9-second, 10-second call. Like I was watching the shot clock. I swear it had been 9 seconds. These are all sort of back to back. I mean, 38 seconds passed. That's what the graphic was when Pope bitched, and then that was the third. It was just crazy. I mean, and in fairness, the refs kind of made up for it late. Not that those were undeserved by the Arkansas players. I don't think I've seen a game with that many technical fouls called.
I mean, the national guys were all talking like about chows. So
I saw Rob Doster was even commenting on it. So it feels good to win that, because I would have hated to come onto this stream and us just talk about how the referee screwed us out of it, whether it was legitimate or not. You do just hate to be that guy.
The one thing I thought that the commentators kind of made a big deal out of that deserved it was the Mark Fox grabbing all the players and keeping them from stepping onto the court. 2018 maybe, Colin Sexton year, Alabama playing Minnesota, had to play 11 minutes or so, 3-on-5, because there was one of those. The players from the bench all stood up and took like one step onto the court. And they all got ejected because that's what the rule says. Everyone on the bench ejected. And then one other player fouled out and one got injured. So they went 3-on-5 the rest of the half. So huge on Mark Fox to keep. I think Chandler actually did take a couple steps onto the court. So huge to keep our players from.
It was fun down the stretch, because we've all watched a lot of John Calipari coached basketball teams. So when I'm looking at our team and we have guys like Trent Noah and Colin Chandler, and as I was saying in our Discord link in the bio, goofy looking white guys have always killed John Calipari. So when I'm looking on the court and I see Colin Chandler and Trent Noah, I'm thinking like, hell yeah. Like, give these guys all the run they can get. And then Trent had maybe his best game he's had since he's been at Kentucky. And Colin Chandler hitting a huge shot down the stretch. That's just, if you don't love that,
nice too.
If you don't love that, you don't love John Calipari basketball.
He also did well when he was like Acuff had their most points, but he also took their most shots by a lot. So he was like 8 for 20 or something, just abysmally inefficient. And it was because our guards, without Cam, like, just put him in bad positions, and that was great. There was times where Noah was guarding him.
Yeah, and not terribly.
Yeah.
I can already feel this getting away from me. Goofy looking white guys. I just made it like, I don't think that our guys are that goofy looking. I'm just saying it's always just some random white guy. All right. I'm not trying to. I think Colin's a little cutie. All right.
Guys that look
somebody
like
who's going to go pro in something other than sports.
For sure. Like Enterprise is going to go crazy for him. A bunch of the chat just wondering where the Arkansas people here that were here last game. Never seen so many last Arkansas fans got real quiet and left early. You do love to see it.
Weird.
Only thing that was missing was a "Go Big Blue" chant.
Yeah. Malachi had a good game, which, like, there were so many times where I just feel like he could have taken the game over, and it kills me because it's just have stronger hands. But when you look at the stats, he gets a lot of rebounds. He does what he's supposed to do. The team runs well when he plays his position because he clears out on the offense pretty well, that kind of stuff. So had a good game, but also he would have like an all SEC caliber year if he didn't have baby bitch hands.
I think Jared sent a picture of the.
I did post the old Burger King, the Whopper Jr. ads where it has the guy with the little hands and you can hold the burger. It does remind me of Malachi. But overall, a pretty good Malachi game.
Maybe. Well, Jasper didn't have a great time in there. BG wasn't great, but I also don't think I screamed at him.
He made a really good pass that way.
Yeah, I mean, he had a couple good passes. Wasn't really a rebounding force, but tied for leading the team in assists. So
there we go.
Good for BG.
when you grade it on the BG curve, he had a great game.
Yeah.
Any minutes that aren't like a net negative is
Any minutes that aren't like the ones
something
Jasper
I'll
had.
take. It said Jasper played 3 minutes, and that was shocking to me because I felt like he picked up 2 fouls in about 5 seconds and got pulled right away. I don't know where the other 2.5 minutes came from.
I've never wanted a person to be good at basketball more than I want BG to be good at basketball.
Jasper was stressing me out because there was one point where his shoe was just straight up untied.
Yeah, I was yelling, call a timeout. If he's because he was like ISO'd with a cuff and he ended up fouling him, which is probably a good idea. But call a timeout and tie your freaking shoes, man, because you're about to have like a ESPN not top 10 type play with that going on.
He was about to have to pull what happened with us last season, where the player takes off the shoe and throws it,
shucks it.
Yeah,
leading to a great BG reaction.
We got some donations. Victoria says "Woo Big Pooey."
Heck yeah, is that a super chat?
Yes.
That was called.
And Red Legion says thoughts on the technical foul with Noah.
Brazil.
Ejected?
Yeah, he got.
I agreed. It should have been personal foul and dead ball technical. 4 shots.
4 shots.
And kill his diary.
And then maybe another one is he chest bumped Oweh walking out.
I think he should have had 7 fouls.
Did he already have a tech? Did he get the tech earlier with Oweh?
No, it was somebody else.
Who was it?
Whoever.
I thought it was Brazil.
Brazil pushed Oweh
it
first, and then Oweh started saying something. I'm not sure. I'm sure it was like, gentlemen, we shouldn't be pushing each other around like this is a game of basketball. But then somebody then the whole team comes over and gets in.
I think it was Billy Richmond maybe because it was or Nick Pringle because I think it was a 20-something number. But I was shocked that he did that. That was crazy.
I think Mark Pope has needed his Joker moment. You know what I mean? And maybe 3 technical fouls in 38 seconds is that Joker moment. His lineup decisions tonight were better than I've ever seen.
Yep.
It's because he knew he needed this one, and he did the things he was supposed to do.
I very much hope, like if you look at Arkansas season last season, they were in a bad spot. They were struggling all season long until they came to Lexington, and it's like that encouraged Cal to teach them how to play basketball. Coached a good game, looked awesome against us, and then we're pretty good the rest of the season. And with all the parallels they've shown this week of Cal and Pope had the exact same record at their respective schools entering this game, which, by the way, now Pope's is better.
Goes up 2 on him.
I mean, right.
Which honestly, hey, credit to Cal. Okay,
that's good.
He's able to do that at Arkansas. Okay,
good season
with those resources.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping that this has the same effect on our team. Like, obviously, it's going to be tough. We still don't have a point guard. We still have question marks elsewhere. But if they can play like this, that's incredibly encouraging. If we can have an Oay 9 for 11 from 2 night instead of like 2 for 8, that makes a big difference.
Do you think that this has any anti-inflammatory effects on certain knees?
It could. It could.
That would be pretty sick.
It's nothing quite like a trip to the Ozarks that will really do a knee some good. So
I think it's much more likely than it has on foot bone mending. That one seems to be pretty severe, but it could have some knee swelling.
We got a good point
Anti-inflammation.
in here by Hack Dano. Said, even though Florida has 3 natty, Arkansas still has a way greater win total, win percentage, and SEC success than Florida. I could seriously argue Arkansas is still the second greatest SEC basketball team. And that's great. Like,
It's good
that's
for them.
awesome. Like, they didn't win tonight, and who knows if they ever will again. But I think there's nothing wrong. There's no shame in being number 2 while we're number 1. Like, I think that's good.
I think we
And
can
they
all
get to
agree
learn that
Arkansas
tonight.
is a huge number 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
get to learn that tonight. And do you ever really lose when you learn something? I think we're all better for
It's
it.
true.
Yeah, I mean, did they probably beat the spread, right?
Tonight,
Yeah.
maybe the over.
Were they? I mean, I would assume they were.
6 Techs will do that.
Yeah, they were like 7-point favorites.
Yeah.
My
DJ
mom sent
Wagner
in a
still
super chat,
sucks.
fellas. My mom said, "Hey Jared, I was in the kitchen. Go Cats." A little superstition when I was growing up at home is when Kentucky was losing. It was during the Harrison twins, Julius Randle Final Four run when my mom was in the kitchen stress cleaning during it. Is when Aaron Harrison would hit those shots. So then it did allow me and my dad, when Kentucky was losing, to then scream at my mom, get in the kitchen. So,
Well, I finally know who to thank.
oh, and I was pissing my pants. Like, once again, we got Catican lore to back this up. To the chat, Anthony says Mark Pope 2-0 versus former UK coaches this year.
Ooh, that's true. 2 former national championship winning UK coaches.
Tubby Smith, your days are numbered.
Alexis says, I really don't get this team. No effort on Tuesday. Couldn't care less. Tonight came out like their life depends on it.
Otega Oay, I think the effort goes the way Otega Oay goes, and I don't think he's a naturally vocal leader. I think he's a whispery antagonist. But if he can do what he did today, obviously we can be good for Arkansas teams on the road.
Which is good. Like, it's a good program.
Yeah, good. Lowercase g, good.
Yeah. Mashburn says, great job getting to the line in the second half and starving off any big runs. That was the big brain play for sure with the way they were calling it.
Oh, yeah.
We've had success doing that this season too before. Like if the shots aren't falling from out, just go to the hole and just shoot your free throws.
Well,
I mean,
actually,
the
both
Texas
of
team, right?
Yeah, both of the games before the Vandy game, we did that. We beat them to the line, and then we hit our free throws at a decent clip and got a ton of points that way. And that was really helpful again tonight. I just wish we'd done better than 63%.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
that's how you win tournament games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Aberdeen shot 0 free throws, which is kind of insane because probably got fouled. Like, if we go back and watch the tape, I bet you could find about 4 or 5
At least once, I'd say.
Also, how about DJ Wagner's push?
Shove?
Beautiful baby boy.
That clean
That should have
common
been-
foul that he did.
That was wild. Another thing that frustrated me, I know we've kind of hung on these texts a lot. Another thing that annoyed me is for both of the late texts on Arkansas, they went to the monitor to confirm, like, yep, he actually did it. Whereas they didn't do that for any of ours. Absolutely no review, no second thought, no look at the time on the 10-second call, no look at the goaltending. Any opportunity they had to review things and give us the benefit of the doubt, they just didn't. Who reviews the tech for Arkansas?
Who was that announcer, Fran? God.
Was it Fran Fischel? Was that who
Fischel.
that really was? So
Yep.
bad.
Mhm.
Oh, Fran.
But
Stick
he
to
was-
international players.
He was. I don't know if that's even allowed. If I'm allowed to say that, he was filleting Malachi Moreno like hardcore in the last 3 minutes, which was weird. It was very.
Place.
Who's Purdue's coach?
Matt Painter.
Matt Painter-esque. Matt Painter spent his whole press conference just talked about how much money he's willing to give Malachi Moreno in the transfer portal next year.
Speaking of Malachi, we had one in the chat said, Captain Crash says Malachi's feet made of lead drove me a little crazy.
Yeah, if you could give Malachi BG's feet and his lovability, then I think that would be probably the best player in the country.
I do like the lovability factor. BG has like an X factor. He has aura for sure.
Oh yeah. Also, I love. Did you guys see at the very end of the game? They were doing the handshakes. Mark Pope said, "Go to the locker room." Like he pointed to BG and said, "Go." He's like, I promise I'm gonna be good." And then he went through the handshake line and didn't get in a fight.
That's called growth, people. I applaud that.
The last game that could have ended like that resulted in BG going to the locker room and then trying to jump up the bleachers and hit a fan that threw a water bottle at him. So really, I think growth is a good way to put it.
Well, all the Arkansas fans had already left.
That's true.
Yeah, they did leave early. For a team that doesn't have a point guard on the roster, going against a team with super athletic guards and a Calipari team that usually forces turnovers, we had 6 in the game? We had 7. Amazing on the road. I'm very surprised by that. I would have expected turnover city tonight from us.
And we didn't turn them over a whole bunch either. That's not how we scored. We did a good job of making good transition decisions when
Speaking of good transitions,
it's always the video or the audio with Ben. Thankfully, never both.
One of the two.
To the chat said one here that said, whoops, that was somebody talking more trash about Arkansas. Oh no, here we go. We left 10 points at the charity stripe. Ridiculous. Now we didn't hit our free throws, and I'll also say we still can't finish around the rim whatsoever. We were just leaving points on the board, and if we're able to convert those just 50% better.
Well, then we score 110 points tonight.
Oh yeah.
Then we're looking like a very good basketball team. I don't know how much hope to put into that. Felt like when we were putting hope into the Reed and Rob team to figure out how to play defense, then we'd be really good. But
if Mo hits even at a 50% rate, he would be so good at basketball. Just incredible.
It is true though. If he was just good at basketball, good at the specific basketball things, like shooting and passing and stuff, because he's good at rebounding and being strong and everything. But if he was good at basketball, he'd be really good at basketball with his physical traits.
His 3 blocks today were just, he's a tight end. He missed his calling. But when you grow up in New York City, there's not many football fields to go around.
Well, Stein, give him a look.
Yeah.
Also, good job on Carter Knox. I think Carter Knox is pretty good. I think he's fun to watch. I think he's generally a really good piece for them. 0 points. Only got 1 3 attempt up, 1 rebound, 2 fouls in 16 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Who was guarding him? Was it Mo?
We thought Jasper was awful, and he had a similar stat line to Jasper with fewer points in almost 6 times the time. That's.
And listen, I'm not gonna trash on Carter for doing that. I think that's a pretty good game for an Arkansas player.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say his game was probably better than Jasper's because one of them plays for Kentucky and the other one has to play for Arkansas, and I'm not going to hold that against them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also did.
The environment that he has to play in is different.
I forgot that DJ Wagner was still in college until he checked in. I was shocked to see him out there. And I keep remembering how much we thought, and how much people thought he was going to have a huge leap going into his sophomore year, and he just didn't. And I see now that he also just didn't have that leap coming into his junior year either.
I feel so bad for him. But
it's
at
tough.
a place like
It's almost
Arkansas, he's a good player there.
Yeah.
He's going to ball out for Penny next year.
I mean, what was he like, a 99 overall recruit? Something like that?
Next John Wall.
Swing and a miss on that one.
I think he
what was
may
his
have been
girlfriend moved
ranked
away
behind-
or something? And
I think he was at USC. Yeah, I wonder if he regrets not playing for Muss this year.
David says Harlan County showed up in Arkansas. Love to see it. Thomas says we played well for 40 minutes, just had that hiccups where the refs took over.
That's true. Thomas Larkin, huh?
Any relation?
Ooh.
Any relation? Noah hit the Tyson chicken mother effers with the.
That was sick. And then he asked, Mark asked, do y'all think Noah gets more minutes going forward? Kind of hope not. Kind of wish those would go to Jasper instead.
I wish Jasper, if Jasper's not going to do it, then yeah, absolutely. Noah will take those minutes because at least he's going to rebound. And I think he's starting to get a little bit more confidence back with his shot. But
I mean, I think he was legitimately effective today. I mean, I don't think this is like, oh, when we talk about BG, sometimes it's like, oh, well, at least it wasn't negative. That isn't what I'm saying about Noah. I think Noah was effective. I think, and it's also very funny that they had a Noah you suck chant going for like 5 minutes.
They need to do a Ewan you suck because that guy kept on doing crazy stuff. He airballed the first free throw. They picked him to shoot those free throws.
He nearly missed the net.
Yeah. But
with no one around him, like the easiest shot in the world, that was so bad.
Oh, that sucked the air right out of Walmart Tyson Chicken Arena or whatever it's called.
Bud Walmart.
Bud Walmart, yeah. But Noah's rebounding is like, it's also very dramatic. So you really, really notice when he gets a rebound because it's always like in high school, whenever somebody gets a rebound and they start ripping it, even though nobody's around them. That's when Noah does. Very fun.
Well, I appreciate that he generally pushes the pace pretty well when he gets one.
Yeah.
I mean, he starts a fast break better than almost anybody. Sometimes I feel like, I don't know if Aberdeen's fair to pick on for this, but sometimes I feel like he gets the ball and he just stands there and dribbles it till everyone else goes past him, and now you've lost any numbers advantage you could have had.
Yeah.
But it does give him an opportunity to dribble the ball more, and I guess when he weighs those things,
well,
he's clear which should win.
The more he dribbles, the better he's going to get at dribbling. So it's kind of
practice makes perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
D-Lash says Noah was 1.3 rebounds away from a double-double. Seems pretty good to me.
Oh,
actually, you know what? I wasn't aware he was that close. So I feel like we might even be underselling how great of a game that.
Not 9 and 7.
We did say
plus
this
8
is his best game as a Wildcat.
Minutes. Yeah. I think we will end up seeing more of Noah, and it's mostly because Cam is hurt. But I do think that Noah, at this moment, if Jasper can't be a point guard, we're going to get more value out of Noah. Because Jasper, even though he does hit his shots, he doesn't ever play that shooting guard role. And if he's not just catching and shooting, he's a liability. He's a big liability.
Well, I don't know how accurate our roster data is, but going from Jasper to Noah, you also add 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Which can be helpful.
Yeah.
Especially if you're essentially
Think about
Be
next year
subbing
when
in
he's
for
got
Cam.
another 40 pounds.
It's
He's
true.
going to be
I've grown another 4 inches too.
at least. And probably another 5% from 3.
You'd think so. Yeah.
Think about 3-and-D guy.
I can think of another 3-and-D player that we had in the past that we can't mention on this stream. It was more D than 3, but great player.
Took me a second.
Not everyone's
Noah-
gonna get that, but the ones who do, you guys are my friends.
Noah quietly now above 40% from 3 on the season.
Take
That's
that,
cool.
Evan Maya.
I don't know. I feel bad saying this after Noah has a great game, but hopefully he proves me wrong. I would prefer, rather than him getting more minutes, maybe just split those amongst Jasper and Jelavich. And I thought Jelavich played well. It just wasn't
I know,
a Jelavich
and
game tonight.
Yeah, he didn't play very much. I think it was mostly that we were trying to go small ball, and we were never going to make him the 5. I do
Yeah.
wish we would have went some Jelavich Mo minutes. I still want to see that. I think that would have been really effective tonight. But it does seem that was kind of we had to have 3 guys that could hit a 3 at all times. And
Which is funny because we only attempted 13. We hit them at a reasonable rate, but it's not.
I think I don't think our offensive
the threat is just so helpful.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, if we played Jelavich more, there's a decent chance we have Colin Chandler, Trent Noah, and Jelavich on the floor at the same time, and we'd be BYU maxing a little bit too much at that point.
Yeah.
The Mark Pope memes would be going out of control.
Yeah. I do think I really hope Jelavich comes back next year because I think he's getting more and more comfortable scoring through contact. And his catch dribble to the rim scoring has been looking a lot more professional. And that would be something that would be really interesting for next year because he's big enough to be a threat on defense. And if he hits his threes and he can score, if he can be like Andrew Carr with a bag, that's pretty valuable to a Mark Pope style team.
Oh, yeah. Alexis said, "Is Discord a subscription?" Yeah, I think is it $5 a month? It doesn't even go to us. We just think it's a cool Discord that we all hang out in. I think it's $5 a month. Tristan Ferris and a Kentucky Insider run it, and it's a cool community they have there. We make no money off of this. We just think it's a cool spot, and they let us plug our podcast in there. So thank you to them. Terry, back it up. Terry says, Yale sucked on defense. Would have got schooled if he played more. Arkansas is too athletic for him.
Yeah, I think that was mainly what it was. It was like Brazil was their big, and then they had guards. So he was going to have to be guarding a lot of guards, and that just matchup wise, I just think maybe wasn't working. But he still had a good little bit of run.
Yeah.
He also hits his shots, and it makes such a big difference. And when he starts a game, and he's in there, and then in the first 5 minutes, some balls go through the hoop because he did it. It makes the rest of the team see that the ball can go through the hoop, which is a pretty big deal for the way our season is going.
I think that it's worth highlighting. So he's sub 30% from 3 on the season, but 43% in conference. And some of that is him just playing better more recently as we've gotten into the conference games. But
some of that
and volume's relatively low, but
threes and missed all of them that one game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Gonzaga 0 for 6.
And he didn't get any run in the offseason. So he's ramping up now.
Yeah.
Right.
He's also learning English.
That's true. And eating American food. We saw that. The Domino's, come on, that wreaked havoc on Z. I can only imagine what it's doing to
Have you guys seen the kid from Murray State? His name's Roman Zoman or something.
Yeah. He's clowning on people.
Yeah. He's got some shifty. Him, Jelavich, Colin Chandler, Trent Noah.
All
Reese Potter?
the papaws are loving that team, dude.
I was gonna make fun of you for that, but that's actually pretty close to his name.
Yeah, it is. It rhymes.
What's his name? You said Zoran
Roman
Mamdani?
Doman, yeah.
Roman Doman.
Bronco fan says Mo's T was the most ridiculous since Isaac Humphries.
Oof.
That's true. So he was just yelling too hard after a block. Is that really?
I don't even know. I mean,
I think
I don't even know what they
ref
called it.
Thought there was an Arkansas player over there.
Oof.
Yeah, he pulled the trigger on the T anticipation. Like he was like, "Oh, something's about to happen." T.
It's like they thought he got in someone's face, but there was no player in front of him.
The base of the hoop was whose face he was in, like the stanchion or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was bizarre.
It's the Show Show. That's just what it turned into.
Yeah, I mean, there's a point at which, like, I've known Doug Schause's name for as long as I can remember.
Yep.
And I shouldn't know your name. If you're a referee, I shouldn't know you by name. I can only name the referees I think are bad.
Yep. I agree. If I can know your name enough to find your roofing business, something's wrong.
This is really your fault.
We never advocate for that on this show because we're professionals. Okay. And speaking of that, Captain Crash says, who's leading the posse to egg Doug Schau's house? You will want to DM Catican intern Lando to get more details on that.
And also, why is his name called Shows? I hate that. That's the wrong. It just should be Shows, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Shows.
It gets more attention if it's Shows, which is
Doug Shows sounds like a second generation Chinese restaurant in like a small town southern USA.
I think this is a fun idea here.
I do eat those exact kind of places.
In Tuscaloosa, we had Mr. Chen's, and I went there all the time, and it was excellent.
Oh, we got a good idea here. Coaches should get vetoes, and if certain refs get too many vetoes, they get demoted.
Ooh, then there would be a group chat to what is it called when you like work behind like in the dark with other people? Oh, there's a word. You're not allowed to do it in sports. Owners do it in collusion.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, English is hard.
Well, so usually, I mean, often if I say this ref is bad, my opponent is going to say this ref is good, because the calls came at my detriment to their benefit. Today, I don't know that anyone would say that. I don't know that any fan of any team who watched this game is like, yep, that was great. This is a 2.5 hour long game.
That's why Doug Schau's, of all like the terrible refs that we know their names, he's the one that I like the most or hate the least, because he's not doing it because he's biased. He's just incapable of doing it right. He's doing his best, and I respect that.
I also think you wanted them to fight more than they were actually fighting.
Yeah.
Someone asked if he had any other businesses like the roofery did, and I don't think so, because I don't think he'd be good at any job. I think he's just, if you don't put any more effort into whatever else you're doing than you do being a ref, it's going to be a real challenge.
Yeah. He probably works at Chipotle and decides how much chicken you get in your burrito bowl.
The micro scoops, the tiny ones.
Mm-hmm. He's a meter maid.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he has like a dad band. Then they do they play gigs at the crappy bar, and he's by far the worst one there.
Yeah,
but he wears sick outfits.
They do way too many Steely Dan covers.
Mm-hmm.
I'd argue there's not such a thing as too many Steely Dan covers, but I understand what you're saying.
He's probably just mad that they're not allowed to smoke inside anymore.
Oh, dude, I could rant about that. All right, this country started falling apart when they stopped letting us be able to smoke in Applebee's. All right.
Yep. Smoking section. Smoking or non. Like most I mean, I don't what is the age cutoff where you remember, like vividly remember getting asked smoking or not?
2001.
I do.
Like that's about when it went away, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people point to like, oh, the world started turning to shit in 2001 after 9/11. No.
No.
When you stopped letting my grandma rip cigs in a Chili's, all right, that's when this country went to hell in a handbasket.
And all the local places kept, it's like the local restaurants didn't put those communist policies in like so quickly. So I think like 07, 08 even, there were like diners and shit that you could still smoke in.
In my hometown in high school, there was one, or well, college, I guess, there was one really crappy, like nasty bar that they still let you smoke cigs inside. And this was in like 2017 or something. No one would ever go to that place except for they let you smoke cigs inside. Bring it back.
I have so many core memories of going into restaurants with my family, and when I would see empty Corona bottles, burnt out cigarettes dropped into it, I thought you would get a complimentary cigarette with Coronas.
If only.
That'd be sweet. Odd Future Wolf Haley says, isn't Arkansas just a giant 24/7 Walmart?
Not since COVID.
Yes.
They close it at midnight now.
They had to shut it down.
Has anybody on planet Earth been more detrimental to society as a whole than the Walton family? The small town USA specifically.
That's fair, probably.
Probably not.
In other news, if Caleb goes missing before the next episode, we know which mega corporation to blame.
Yep. Are the Waltons in the files?
Back to the chat.
Same question, but about the Tysons. I want to know about them too.
Yeah. Well, also, who's the Cowboys owner? He's also like a big booster.
Jerry Jones. He was like
another one of the worst MFers on the planet.
There's a picture of him protesting integration of Ruby Bridges. So, and that's a real thing.
This is cool. We're really close to 1,000 subs.
Let's
go after like the most rich and powerful people that our country has to offer. Super chill thing to do. Potts says, I thought Colin had two of the biggest shots in the game. The three and the step back was big.
We haven't hit those all year, and that one was just beautiful. That step back. That's what like top 10 type recruit athletes. Those are the type of shots that they make. We just haven't had that happen in so long. It's nice. It's so nice.
Yeah, that turnaround was excellent. I mean, don't usually like shots from that distance, but there was no time on the shot clock, and it was money.
He also jumps like 10 feet in the air when he shoots those, and it's awesome.
He missed it earlier in the game, and then came back to it. So
I enjoyed them talking about how long that one three he took was in the air. Just a weird comment for a commentator to make. But it was real.
He's always had like a high, like even last year, he had that really, really high arch, which probably worked well for that system they have with like the small hoop or whatever. Like it does like a trajectory mapping or whatever. I do think it probably messed some guys up, specifically Mo. I think Mo completely forgot how to shoot because he doesn't get to just throw it at the rim anymore.
I think I've wondered if some of that, or maybe it's just trying to fix his three in general, has affected Oweh's free throw shooting. And I think his career, he's a decent free throw shooter. Even to start this year, he was pretty good. But he's really, really, gone from like 80% to 65% recently, which is tough. We because he gets to the line a ton. We need that.
Yeah.
We got one here. People in the chat encouraging people to like and subscribe, which is always welcome. Close to 1,000 subs. Very happy. I stumbled upon this channel weeks ago. Best spot to go to after every game. Thank you very much. And then saying liking and subscribing to the Catican is like buying silver at 15. And then Browncoat fan saying 30 subs away from 1,000. Fellas, right now we are 27 subs away from 1,000. We're almost there. Browncoat fan says he even went onto his wife's channel and subscribed to it.
We appreciate that.
Shout out Browncoat.
So I'd encourage everyone to have their wife subscribed. I can't imagine there's a ton. I do feel like we are a mostly incel show, much like the hosts, and that's why we all hang out here with each other.
Is the Catican part of the manosphere?
Do you like that? If everyone in the chat could rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, but you can't pick 7 and then put that into the chat. Austin says, I don't know if you've seen it, but apparently we won the Super Bowl tonight. Them damn pigs can trash talk all season, but if they lose, they can't take any back. I'm going to sit this one out because I did call this our Super Bowl. So
I love.
They don't have anything else. This is all they have. So, like for Arkansas fans, this is very devastating.
I just they were specifically talking shit about Coach Cal for the last 5 years and saying this stuff. Who does less with more than Cal and yada 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 yada. Trucks away big games. Da, 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 da. And then they hire him and they expect that to change.
Love to see it.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks or something, whatever it's. That's right. Yeah.
Mikey says, feel so bad for Arkansas fans. Ref tried to hand it to Arkansas and Cal still couldn't coach good enough to win. I would just tell them, like, we've been there for you. We've been there before, bro. It's not easy.
Also, they're having a good season for Arkansas. Like, we want to make sure that they know that it might not be the greatest season, but you're not the greatest program, right? So for Arkansas, it's pretty good.
It's impressive what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're not here. I think, if anything, Arkansas fans should be reaching out to Kentucky fans because we've been there before and we know that it gets better.
I think they should be here because I told them to like and subscribe and come back. And I'm kind of offended that they didn't listen to me when I told them to do that. I know we talk about trying to hand them the game. I really had this pit in my stomach when that started happening because we started out so well, and I just felt like, oh man, this is awful. We finally put together a game where we've looked decent against good competition, and we haven't had these lulls. And I just felt like we were having all that taken from us because I honestly didn't know that we could fight through that. I didn't know that we could kind of face some of that. Adding on fouls, giving them free shots, giving them the ball. And we did. And major credit to us.
I would also like to say,
us, but our team.
That the first 10 minutes of a game is a lot of game planning and coaching. And this is something that we've talked about all season. What is going wrong? Because it's just nothing is going right, and then it feels like we're having to claw our way back. What is Mark Pope doing wrong to prepare these guys for this game? And whatever he did this go around was really good. I'm excited to go back and rewatch and see kind of what we were getting good looks on, what we were doing defensively to frustrate some very, very athletic guards. And whatever he got them to do worked. And props to Mark Pope, who was probably really the MVP of the game, because we haven't had that good of a start all season long. And he's more short-handed than he's been all year.
He's been critiqued for his ability to manage the team emotionally and stuff, and him weathering the storm with all the technicals and all that stuff. Also very impressive, especially on the road against the guy whose job you just took.
Strategic tech.
His sub patterns were better than we've seen. His timeouts were better than we've seen. I mean, I felt like this was as good of a performance as it was from the players. I thought it was good from him too.
And
Trey Noah gets put in at the second end of a free throw so that he can be on offense on the way back. Like, just good stuff.
And after the fight that almost was in the first half, Otega was playing just out of control and was trying way too hard. And for him to be able to rein Otega in and have them actually keep playing together is, I mean, kudos to him. I don't want to crap on Mark Pope. I like Mark Pope. I want it to work out. So seeing such a good performance from him tonight is reassuring for sure.
It's just like we didn't dominate on the boards. We didn't dominate turnovers. We didn't shoot insane. It was just like a well-rounded game, which is just something we haven't seen. It was consistent. We just played a good game of basketball against the team that's very, very good for Arkansas.
Yeah. And to that point, Captain Crash, and we kind of touched on this a little bit. He said the Arkansas UK game sparked a turnaround for them last year. Maybe it can spark a turnaround for us this year. And once again, it sparked a turnaround for Arkansas. And Arkansas got to the Sweet 16, which is really cool for Arkansas. So if we scale that up to Kentucky, like maybe this is how we get to a Final Four. And maybe like it rubs off on Arkansas a little bit too, and they can go second round.
Just in case any Arkansas fans are tuning in, a Final Four is when you win enough games in the tournament that you're one of the final 4 teams left. You guys used to do it 30 years ago.
Yeah,
but
it's not the Final Four games.
No.
We used to do it a decade ago.
Only 2 games. Yeah.
Yeah. John Calipari used to get the Final Fours. It was cool.
Yeah.
I think he did it at every other college job he's had so far, except for the Arkansas one.
It's a tough job.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta manage expectations, right? There's different levels to this. Are you drinking a Monster at 10 o'clock?
Oh, buddy. The thing is that so when we do the late night shows, it really screws me because I get so much like adrenaline from doing this that I'm not sleeping. So I'm gonna be up till 3 tonight, looking at the views and the subscribers and everything like that, and really just stemming until the sun comes up.
So please help us get to 1,000 so that Jared can sleep. Jared does not sleep till we hit 1,000 subs.
23 away. 23 away. And there's 99 people in here. We can make my dreams come true tonight.
Yeah.
We can make sure you have dreams tonight.
Yeah. AB says, look on the bright side, Arkansas fans. You can tuck in early tonight so you can have a nice long day. I didn't, to be in my defense, me defending me, I didn't read the end of that. I am notorious for not reading chats and doing blind reads. AB is getting timed out. That's unacceptable. Another blind read. Not going to lie. I woke up this morning prepared to listen to Arkansas fans run their mouths again. This feels so much better. I made 2 intros tonight. I made one for a win and one for a loss. And as I was making the one where I was showing the receipts of all of the rude comments that we got this week, part of me was sad because I felt like I was doing a bunch of work and making something that I thought was funny that would never see the light of day. So a lot of my excitement was not just from the win tonight, but being like, oh, I get to troll them. Let's go.
I love the suggestion. I don't know if you saw, you should make the intro videos into shorts. I don't know if that's a ton of extra work, but
yeah, I can do that. Just a lot of them are very like just this show related. But I can for sure.
But not the Ben Elisa.
Oh yeah, I had fun with that one. I was gonna debut that for the Vandy game, but you know, we don't get sexy Ben for a Vandy loss.
Didn't fit the mood.
Yeah. Had a good one come through from Austin here. It said Kentucky has more Sweet 16 appearances than Arkansas has tournament wins.
I think that's the scale right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make the tournament, get to the Sweet 16, kind of the same thing for each respective program.
So, and then Bronco fans says 21 subs to go. Do we need to do like a special like promise, like, hey, if when we get to 1,000 subs, we do like the Edward 40 hand stream of us or something. And I'm throwing that out there as sort of a way to force us to do the Edward 40 hand stream.
Yeah.
Edward 40 loco hands.
It needs to be on a Saturday for sure, because I need 36 hours to recuperate before work.
I'm just thinking out loud here. We should definitely all do all denim for next Saturday's game, right?
Oh, is that the Tennessee game?
Yeah, we're doing Canadian tuxedos for.
I can do that.
Done.
Nice. Are we doing denim underwear or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's at the dry cleaners, but I have plenty of time to pick them up.
I don't have denim underwear, so I will just go commando for it.
You don't have denim underwear?
No, I didn't. Do you have any extras you can send my way?
Yeah, I'll trade you that for the puppet.
My old jeans, I cut them down.
Never nudes.
But from when I was like skinnier.
You don't want to wear underwear with denim. Yeah, good call. Good call.
That's
And,
true. It feels better. I like.
If anyone in the chat could just let us know what kind of underwear they're wearing right now, just so we can just get a general vibe on where we are. All right. I think that's all I have. Do we have any predictions for Oklahoma? Does Otega Oay get off another?
I bet he does have a good game, but I think that because that one's at home, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We played at Oklahoma last year, so we shouldn't. Okay, yeah. So my prediction is we win by 12.
I'll say I'll say 9-10, somewhere in there.
Kentucky by 7. Otega with 20 field goal attempts and points.
Ooh.
Also added to my prediction, Porter Moser will wear a black dress shirt and a hideous gray black plaid jacket.
Yeah, and his tie will be the wrong length by a lot.
In which direction? Tiny or like knee length?
It's usually too short.
I was thinking too wide, like he's just rocking a toe tie.
My wife remembers him. It's like when they'll be like on halftime, they'll be like, "What's going on in the wrist?" She's like, "Oh yeah, that coach. I fucking hate that guy." It's like, you hate that guy? Like out of all the guys, we only played him like once. It's.
BG went to Oklahoma State, and last year he was letting Oklahoma hear it when we beat them. So. And he played well against Oklahoma last year. So give me.
I think a lot of my memes that I have in my favorites folder are from that game specifically.
Yeah, that's when him and Otega were talking trash after it.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I think I'm good. Austin says, I want to say we're back on top of the world. We just put Arkansas back in their place squarely in our shadow. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like.
No,
we're a blue blood. It's a good place to be. The shadow of a blue blood is a nice place.
Yeah,
for them.
Shadow of a blue blood. That is what we should tag all Arkansas fans in, like the Trilly.
It's also a sick album name for like a heavy metal band.
We could call them SOBs.
Oh, it's right there.
Alexis says the Fire Pope chants have been quieted for another game, and then we'll fire them up, this week.
Here's the thing: Mark Pope is not getting fired this year. I think we can realistically, hope to get like a Sweet 16, maybe Elite 8 if we play like we did tonight, and get lucky with our girls.
The thing I don't understand about that is I mean, I'm with you. This hasn't been the season I wanted to have either. But my perspective is I want more like this tonight. I mean, I think this is good. Some people are like, "Oh, we won. We are just delaying this." Like, no, I want this to be how our games go.
I can never root against the Cats for a hypothetical coaching change.
Right.
Can't do it.
Joe says This was a classic Cal loss. We Kentucky fans know the feeling of losing to less talented teams. Now, I agree with part of this, and I disagree with another. Classic Cal loss, sure. We Kentucky fans know the feeling of losing to less talented teams. We did when Cal was here, for sure, and that's why Arkansas fans should be reaching out to us for advice. But I'll say this: Arkansas fans should kind of be used to this. Like, shouldn't Arkansas fans be used to losing to Kentucky?
Also, Arkansas fans should be content. Like, as a fan base, they have too high of expectations, and they should just be content with what they have. You can't win every game, especially at Arkansas, you know?
That's Seth Greenberg, instead of talking about us like that, needs to put that on Arkansas.
Yeah.
We got one here from our friend Country Boy Hog 86. This Kentucky is trash.
Yeah.
Damn, Arkansas got walked by a trash team tonight. That sucks for them. Oh.
And I'm not going to lash back out, okay? Because denial, you know, we're going through all the stages right now, okay?
That guy's going to be 40 years old this year. Happy 40th. Over the hill.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, respect for showing up. Like, it'll get better. You'll be fine.
I do need to get off here, though, because I need to go look at Ozzy Maverick's Twitter feed.
Oh no! Before it gets wiped forever.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm tempted to just pull it up while we're on stream right now.
I don't know. I think that's a bad idea.
But
a little bit
legal over here won't let it happen. So
it's been a little bit on the
yep. Okay.
Involuntary admission to mental institution type stuff.
Okay.
I think he's off Twitter.
I don't know.
That's already happened.
Did we get Ozzy Maverick off Twitter? Was it worth it if that happened because we won this game? Would you rather have Ozzy Maverick or a Kentucky win?
That's a good question for Arkansas fans because I think they hate him just as much as everyone else does.
Well, we love him.
For our viewers who don't know who Ozzy Maverick is on Twitter, don't worry about it. Like, don't look him up. For sure, don't look him up. But it's Arkansas locale.
Did we ever figure out who the guest former Kentucky player was who was going to be in the stand?
Tyler Eulis.
Somebody asked earlier, is this just a Eulis joke? But I don't know. Somebody said there was going to be a old player in the stands, and then they made no mention of it on TV. And
was it Malik Monk?
I don't.
That would make sense. Is he not playing though?
I'm sure Reed Shepherd was there in spirit.
But what was he wearing?
Yeah, that guy
can't victim blame.
All right,
I got to reach over jersey.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, good show. Good win. Thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing. We are 21 away. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday, 9:00 game. So a little late night with the boys. Thank you for joining the Catican. For Raph, for Kale, for Ben, I'm Jared. And go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.